Hey, it's Jennifer. How are you doing? So, there's a theme for me. The theme is, I'm just so struck and so appreciative of the power of movies. Adam and I friggin' love movies because they transport us. But it seems to me that lately there's a lot of movies that are activating deeper truths. So I wanted to talk again about Avatar, one of my favorite movies of all times, although there's been many since then, and actually things like the movie the movie with Keanu Reeves, Blue Pill or Red Pill, which by the way, I watched because a 76-year-old woman who followed sort of was involved in a spiritual church, um, said to me, "You really, really have to watch Neo. Blue pill, red pill. Jennifer, it's so you." And the funny thing is, I watched it and it changed me. It was the first time a movie shocked me on a personal level, and I didn't really care about the violence because the message was so profound. And I knew lots of people who would love violence, would watch, or who like those kinds of movies, would watch that movie. And how cool that people that watched it strictly for the like the harsh parts of it would watch that movie because the message was so profound. Um, and normally I wouldn't watch it at all because I didn't like the blood and the guts and everything. So, but Avatar was the movie that I was going to talk about today. Avatar. And the message that I wanted to bring to you is that for me, when I watched it, I bawled. I cried. I couldn't stop crying. I was with my friend Sean Duperrin and Terry Duperrin, both of whom I love. And I just, I didn't know what to say. I knew it was a movie that was world changing. I knew it would reach millions, hundreds of millions of people. And the message really was, for me, ultimately, that we have the capacity to remember ourselves and that we are part of nature and that the harmony that nature lives in, we can also live in. And when we start to allow ourselves to get out of survival mode, and it may be that nature itself reminds us that she's already thriving and we're part of her. But what we've done is we've separated ourselves. We've said that we're above nature. We can save nature. We can rescue nature. The problem is nature can do that by herself. And until we become and join as one and live in that level of respect and reverence and expansiveness, until we get into our natural state, trees, flowers, green, cycles, seasons are all relentless. They don't stop, they keep expanding forward. We are that. They already know that consciousness is operating for them, the planet is operating for them. And in nature, when something of nature isn't working for nature, nature figures out a way to make sure it leaves. And so we have been that for a while. That thing that wasn't so simpatico. What I loved about Avatar is that even from the point of having a tail that you plug into the six-legged horse or into the dragon, when you allow yourself to actually become one, you now have the capacity and the power by joining with, by accessing the truth of who you are to shift anything, which for me is the power of a love that transcends every dimension. The interesting thing is, I'll talk about love in another Wide Awakening Weekly, but it does transcend dimensions. So powerful. So today, as you go about your today and all week until our next message, remember you're surrounded relentlessly by trees. I'm looking out all my windows. By trees and nature and grasses and flowers, and all of those things are infusing you with the remembrance of the truth of who we are. And from that place, worlds and politics and economics and all sorts of things are changeable. Because now you're multidimensional as opposed to three-dimensional. All right, here's to our beautiful avatar selves. Love you badly, and till next time. Mwah.